When you finally get a letter of intent to sell your business, it's exciting. It feels like you're almost across the goal line. But are you sure the offer is really as good as it feels? Hi, I'm Tensi with Exit Bubble, and in this video blog, we're going to discuss what is a letter of intent, talk through some reasons you might want to actually reject a letter of intent, and how to learn more. Let's start by discussing the letter of intent process. Getting a letter of intent to sell your business is exciting. After all, this is what you've been working and sacrificing for all these years. If it's unsolicited, it's even more exciting because you won't have to go through the time-consuming process of preparing your business for sale, finding a buyer, and negotiating that initial price. It feels like you're at the finish line, but the buyer is only at the starting line. The letter of intent is only the initial offer, and it's subject to due diligence. It also typically requires exclusivity with that buyer. Before you limit your options with one buyer, consider the following reasons for why you might want to actually reject that offer. Reason number one, the price in the letter of intent doesn't meet your financial needs after you exit. Before even considering a letter of intent, you should have prepared yourself financially for your exit. How much money will you want and need to live the life you want after you sell your business? What debts will need to be paid off, and what other costs will need to be paid when you exit? For example, if you think you need $5 million to retire, then an offer of $5 million won't be enough. After you repay your debt and your transaction costs and those dreaded taxes, you may end up with only a fraction of that amount. If you decide to accept the offer, then be prepared to find another way to earn money after you sell your business. Reason number two, you haven't figured out what's next for you. If you haven't figured out who you'll be when you're no longer the owner of your business, you might want to delay selling your business. As Lee Iacocca said, you plan everything in life and then the roof caves in on you because you haven't done enough thinking about who you are and what you should do with the rest of your life. When you sell your business, you are in for some big changes. If you haven't planned for those changes and feel confident moving to the next phase of your life, you might have difficulty actually going through with the sale. In fact, this is one of the most common reasons that business owners fail to sell their business. And a failed exit is not what anyone wants. So don't risk selling your business until you're prepared emotionally for what you'll do next. Reason number three, you haven't prepared your business to maximize your business valuation. The likelihood of you receiving the perfect unsolicited offer for your business is not high. You'll likely need to go through the process of soliciting offers from potential buyers. Unfortunately, you can't just wake up one day and decide to sell your business in the next 6 months. You've run your business for years and know every aspect of it. You know how valuable it is to you. It may not be as valuable to a potential buyer who doesn't have those years of history with your employees, customers, and suppliers. You'll need to look at your business through the eyes of the buyer, to look for areas that need to be improved or changed to make your business attractive to a potential buyer. We call this preparing your business for sale. Depending on what you decide to improve and the action plan you create, preparing your business could take anywhere from 18 months to 5 years. Taking the time to prepare your business should help maximize the value of your business to a potential buyer and improve the odds of closing the transaction. Don't accept a letter of intent before you look at the cost benefit of spending more time to potentially improve the value and the future sale price of your business. Reason number four, the proposed transaction structure results in higher taxes for you. There are plenty of horror stories of business owners who sell their businesses only to end up with overwhelming tax bills because of how the transaction was structured. No one explained the tax consequences of the different structures to the business owner during negotiations. The type of legal structure of your business, C Corp or S Corp, and how you structure your sale with an asset sale or a stock sale can significantly impact the taxes you pay at closing and your net proceeds from the sale. Remember, your focus should always be on your net proceeds. Not surprisingly, the best structure for you is generally not the best for your buyer. Sellers typically prefer stock sales and buyers prefer asset sales. And that's because in an asset sale, the buyer only acquires selected assets and leaves you, the seller, with the liabilities. This makes it difficult for you to fully exit the business. It's important to work with your legal and tax advisors to understand the tax impact of any transaction structures you're considering. This will help you avoid surprises that put you in a financial bind after selling your business. Reason number 5, you're worried the buyer might reduce the price after due diligence. As we discussed earlier, signing a letter of intent is only the beginning of the process for the buyer, who will now perform due diligence on your company. The buyer will want to validate the information you've provided and look for potential items that could be used to decrease the final price. These items could include errors in your financials, liabilities that haven't been recorded, or significant infrastructure costs that may be required in the future. The adjustments could also be due to intangible items, such as customer concentration, poor quality of the management team, or lack of internal controls. The buyer's goal will always be to decrease the offer before the deal closes. It's like selling a house where you enter into a contract subject to inspection. If you haven't done your own inspection, you might be worried the buyer would reduce the price because the inspector finds issues with electrical or plumbing that you don't know about. If you believe the buyer might find adjustments during due diligence, you have 2 options. You can reject the offer and spend time addressing those issues before selling your business. Or you can accept the risk the buyer might decrease the price and your net sale proceeds. Remember, selling your business is a financial and emotional decision. If you've prepared your business, you should have a good idea of what your business is really worth and what issues a buyer might discover during diligence. That knowledge, combined with a clear plan of what's next for you, will help you decide whether the letter of intent is right for you and your business. Then you can celebrate knowing you've made the right decision. To learn more about valuing your business, check out our valuation tools and other resources at exitbubble.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future videos.